28 days later, it's the October Horror Movie Challenge. And no, today's film is not 28 days later. It is Vincenzo Natali's Cube. This is a film that I first saw as a teenager because it had a lot of hype online. It was, known as like a you can't miss sci-fi horror hybrid. So I checked it out, and it was indeed an awesome flick. A lot of people kept saying that Resident Evil ripped it off with its cubish effect in the very first one, which is really the only decent Resident Evil film. And people say that, it's like, fuck off. It's like, inspiration is inspiration. And a lot of times things are just unintentionally similar. If it was intentional, who gives a shit? It was a cool scene. But I had seen this as a teenager. As I said, I thought it was an awesome flick. But it didn't stick with me the same as, say, like American Psycho, Fight Club, Memento, any of those other like late 90s, early 2000s films that had a lot of buzz online. There'd be times like, I'd go to a buddy's house and like he'd be watching it, or like my roommate, he'd have it on. But I did wind up buying a copy years later at Half Price Bookstore, and watched it all the way through that time, and yet again it was an awesome flick. And when I watched it for this here, I had the same feeling for it. But this is probably only the third time I've seen it all the way through in the past 20 years or so. And it's a film that is an awesome watch. It's just not one I always want to crave to watch, I like the film. I think it's an awesome film, but I don't really love the film, I want to do something for 1997. So looked through, the list of films that they had, and it was like this or Lost Highway were the two contenders. And I was like, what, I'm gonna go into a cube mode. Plus, it's honestly, an hour shorter, so a lot more time to do shit in the morning and everything as well. But with that said, the sequels, pass on those. They're supposed to be doing like a remake as well, which who knows. But yeah, if you want to check one out, definitely see the original. It is a very quick film. It's a very smart film. Stylish. It feels very much in that 90s tone like Alien 3 does. So it has some pretty cool vibes to it. So definitely check it out. And tomorrow we will be back in the 2000s. And I'll be heading to 2008.